All right, guys, how's it going? So I saw this tweet this morning. Oh, it's not called a tweet now. It's called a post, isn't it? On X this morning when I woke up. I'm gonna show it to you. I don't know if you can see it there. I'll read it to you in a moment. And it says as follows: LFC close to agreeing on personal terms with Atalanta's Edison, with a £42 million bid being prepared. All right. So the English is a bit strange because you don't say close to agreeing on personal terms. Maybe you can. Normally you would say close to agreeing personal terms, wouldn't you? So that's quite a big claim, close to agreeing personal terms. With Atalanta's Edison, this is a player that we spoke about. Excuse me, I just had a cup of tea. I think we did a couple of videos, 2 or 3 videos last week maybe about it. It was a Brazilian journalist claimed a bid had gone in. I said I didn't believe that. Atalanta denied it. I said that Liverpool did have interest in this player. I believed that. And I also believe that Liverpool have spoken to his representation as well. But Liverpool speak to a lot of agents and do a lot of sniffing around and have an interest in a lot of players. You've got to do that to then work out. It's like us fellas, isn't it? When we go to a club at night, you see, well, maybe half a dozen chicks and that. You're like, well, she's all right, isn't she? Yeah, let's make some inquiries. Informal inquiries. Oh, she's got an engagement ring on. So you pull out. The pull out bit. See, there's a joke in there as well. So, like you might go, no, that's not going to work. But you were interested, weren't you? You were interested, but you decided not to pursue. Now, if she had a wedding ring on, you'd probably go for it because she's gagging for a bit because she won't be happy. Right? But that's my point, right? You go around or you might speak to, oh no, she's a leser. There you go. She's a leser. Well, we've got to pull out of that one. And all, haven't we? Definitely pulling out of that one. But you know what I'm saying? So you like the club is going to look at a number of talents, and work out which is the best deal and maybe the easiest. Right? So, Liverpool close to agreeing on personal terms with Atalanta's Edison. So let's go through and see what this is all about, okay? Remember, close to agreeing personal terms. It's thinking about loading up, because there's probably about 10,000 adverts on here. So, here we go. Now, they've gone with the headline, report. That's a disclaimer because that's saying someone else is saying it, really. Liverpool target £42 million midfield sensation. And I'll be honest with you, these articles here, if you copy and paste that into like an AI checker, it will tell you if that's actually been written by a person or whether an AI has written that. And what I think is happening with articles here is it will say 100% AI with the text, but I think it's where someone's written an article, pasted the text and said, make that sound more professional. Do you know what I mean? I'm just pointing that out. Now, they basically are citing Court Offside, which isn't a very good website, to be honest with you. And they're talking about here, in this article, what's written here. So a human has written this, then put it into AI. That's what I think. It says, Liverpool, blah, 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 are already close to agreeing on personal terms with the player. Now, what you should do when you come to an article, when they're citing someone else, in my opinion, unless they're offering specific opinion, it's someone you respect and you want to know what that person thinks or that organisation, then you continue to read, right? But this article is going to be drivel, right? And we're not interested in the person that's writing this article, even if it is a person, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to skip it and we're just going to go straight through to Court Offside. And you have to remember, it says here, about the close to agreeing personal terms. So we now click through to Court Offside. Leave that to think about it for a moment, and we're through to the original article, as you can see, which is an exclusive. It's an exclusive, guys. Liverpool now given Edison transfer hope amid Coop Miners' revelation. There's those big words again, revelation. I think you were in church, wouldn't you? Liverpool have not given up hope of adding Ederson to their squad, as Rafa Benitez would say, hehe, for sure, this summer. The Reds were understood to have made their first approach for the Brazilian back in January, though this failed to move the needle significantly. Do you remember anything credible to do with Ederson in January? I mean, you know what my memory's like. Well, I don't remember that. Tell me. Sources close to caught offside, however, now claim that Arne Slot's outfit is preparing an offer around the 45 million to 50 million euro mark, which is in sterling 38.2 million to 42.4 million, and in US dollars 48.6 million to 54 million, in an attempt to convince Atalanta to sell. One thing I will say before going further is Richard Hughes has good connections to Atalanta. But we won't go into that, right? So, the Europa League winners are understandably not keen on selling one of their best talents this summer. With the possible exit of Coop Miners to Juventus on the cards, they basically don't want to see Ederson follow suit. And I think I said that before in my previous videos, that his club weren't looking to sell, but they knew that there was interest, from around Europe and from Liverpool Football Club. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing, guys, right? Then it just talks about competition for Ederson's signature. Liverpool still won't have a clear path to landing the 24-year-old footballer. The Reds are expected to face serious competition from Premier League rivals Manchester United and Newcastle, in addition to Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen, who all hold interest in the player. Each outfit, caught offside or informed, could take their interest further with concrete steps in the coming weeks. Could. However, do you remember the main suggestion from the previous site, the previous fan site, that was posted on Twitter, from a fan to a fan, that kind of thing, was that Liverpool were close to agreeing personal terms, right? I don't see anything in this original article to do with personal terms, unless I'm completely blind, but I've read this article several times because of that reason. I was like, well, where does it mention fucking personal terms? So it doesn't, right? So the original article is an exclusive, basically saying Liverpool now giving Ederson transfer hope. Well, I don't understand where the hope is either. So we can be critical here of the original source publication, if you like, and also the fan site that is just trying to, some people might think, trick for clicks. You know what I mean? Like to, if you've got a website and you're pushing people to your website and you've got a lot of adverts on there and someone clicks on adverts, then they're making revenue if it's Google Ads. That's how it works. So the more people that visit, the more people that click on the adverts, the more revenue the webmaster, the owners make. So that's why you see so many of these publications misleading, you know what I mean, to try and get people, drive traffic to their websites. It's a little bit different with the proper mainstream media outlets, say like the Mail and stuff like that, and also the Liverpool Echo, Reach PLC, because as far as I'm aware, I don't think they really do Google Ads. So they'll have people that, they'll have advertising teams that talk about the numbers to their websites that can see your ads. So they're not really bothered about you clicking on their ads too much, I don't think, the big media organizations. And that's why they're not bothered about reputation, because it doesn't matter if 1 million people visit their website. It doesn't matter whether they're loyal or not, or if they're angry that they've been misled, because the core stats they can present to potential advertisers, say, look how many people visit, But when you're a fan site, then you should be thinking about, you don't want to upset other fans, and that, do you? You know what I'm saying? So on coptalk.com, for example, I've disabled just about all advertising on there at the moment. Some I'm contractually obliged to keep on there, and probably till the end of this year. And there'll always have to be some advert maybe on the front page, but they're companies that they will pay you a set amount of money for an advert, and they're not bothered about it. It doesn't matter how many people visit the site, basically. Well, it does to them, and obviously they want more traffic, but what I mean is, if 10 people visit or 1 million people visit, I'm not going to get any more money from that, revenue from that. You know what I mean? Because you paid a set amount, so you don't need to clickbait anybody. But the Google ads and all that, I'm taking them all down. I really want coptalk.com to be completely ad-free, because I don't think that we need to do that. We don't need to be desperate like these other fan sites, and we don't need to mislead anyone. You know, I've got memberships, you know, members on the VIP members website. I've got channel members here. People buy me a beer and a coffee, and that means then that I don't have to use those tactics. I don't need to mislead anyone. So you know that my heart's always going to be in the right place when I write an article, because it doesn't make any difference. Does that make sense? So we do like to touch on the news. We do like to clear things up. And I do like to explain a little bit of how it all works, because some people maybe don't understand. So today, if you hear about personal terms almost being agreed with Edison or being close, you now know where that's coming from. So you've got a fan site that's adding something that's not there, which is the personal terms being agreed, close to being agreed. They're citing an exclusive from another website that doesn't even mention personal terms, who say Liverpool have now been given Edison transfer hope, which Liverpool haven't. So it's, do you know what I mean? It's just a little bit, it's a bit naughty, and I like to just put you right. So the reason for the video is just to say to you, if you hear those claims there, because fans will read that, they might not even read the article, you know, and then they'll post it to other people, say, oh, I've heard, you know, the personal, so, and that's where it originates from. If you hear that today, guys, okay? So, should we leave it there? Yeah? Okay. I want to just point something out here, though. Liverpool do like this player. Liverpool do like this player, and Liverpool have sniffed around that player like we've sniffed around them few birds in a nightclub earlier at the beginning of the video. Whether or not Liverpool will pull or not is a different thing. And Liverpool might not buy a drink. You know what I'm saying? Might just be a little flirt and an exit. You know what I'm saying? So I would still listen to things to do with Edison, but I'd be very, very suspicious and cautious by 99% of the stuff I'm reading. We'll wait for the credible people to comment. Right now, I don't see anything coming to fruition with that one, but maybe that will change. It sounds like it might be. It sounds like there might be some complications there. You know, the club don't want to sell. There's a lot of interest. That drives up the price, and that's not going to interest Liverpool. So Liverpool will continue to look at other options. All right, guys. I think that's it. If you appreciate the video, please do thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. I love reading your comments. And if you want to buy me a beer or a coffee to save me clickbaiting the fuck out of everyone on the website, hit the super thanks button. Please read the video description and sign up, for the newsletter. That's very important. We do have a chat room as well that's open 24 hours, you know, all the time. Some of the people you'll see comment my videos are in that chat room. You can access it from your mobile phone, from a laptop, desktop. You can mute notifications so you're not disturbed. There's hundreds of Liverpool supporters in there, throwing in all the links, all the rumours all the time. There's a lot of shit in there, guys, because they you know what I mean? They'll just say what they're hearing. But other people that are, you know, will say, no, that's bullshit, they, you know, dismiss or whatever. So I think it's worth you being in the chat room, to be honest with you, even if you mute it, because at least if you're bored, you know, if you're bombing around on a train or something, or, you know, just sat at home bored off your tits, you can see what's going on with Liverpool without having to scour the internet, maybe. And also you get video interviews and goals and shit like that. All right, guys, have a cracking day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Point of the video was just to clear up if you hear claims regarding personal terms close to being agreed with Edison, that you should dismiss that.